guys, welcome to my channel. For a little bit of context before this video starts, I originally was doing a book shopping with me vlog last week, but I kept forgetting to take video, and so I took a little bit, and so the start of this video is that. And then I went book shopping yesterday, and I took a little more video. And then it's gonna cut from this to book shopping, obviously. But yeah, and then we'll do a book haul of all the books I got, and I'll tell you where they're from and how much I paid for them. I have my Dr. Pepper, as always. So, hope you enjoy this video. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm doing a video. Don't mind that. That's my dog leash thing back there. It just looks weird, and I thought I'd let you know what that is. I'm in my car right now. Well, my brother is driving right now, but we're at his college, and he had to talk to one of his teachers because he's doing an externship, so he doesn't actually go to school, so he can't really talk to them very often. So we're coming up here, and it's right next to the bookstore. We're going to Barnes & Noble, and then we're gonna go get my brother a new phone, and then I think we might go to Books A Million because it's kind of near AT&T, for us to get him a new phone. So we're probably gonna do that. I'm currently just waiting for him to come out of here because, yeah. Hopefully we're gonna get some food too. I mean, I hope I don't forget to record at the Barnes & Noble because usually I do. Also, I got a new phone, so I hope maybe the camera quality is better or something. I don't know. You let me know. I think it looks clearer, but it could also be that the phone's clean and it doesn't have as many fingerprints on it. But that's just me. Yeah. So, I will film once we get into the Barnes & Noble. I probably won't talk anymore in this video until maybe the end, the haul. So, yeah. I may or may not do a haul at the end of this video. We'll see. Depends on how many books I get, because I'm also planning to order a bunch online. I also need to get a new bookshelf. So, we'll see. I mean, continue watching and you'll... we're starting the book haul now. So one place that's not gonna be in the vlog is Walmart, because me and my mom went before I wanted to go book shopping, but I was looking for a bookshelf, because I have a bookshelf from Walmart that's on the other side over there, and I wanted to get the exact same one, but it was out of stock online, so we went to see if they had any similar or whatever. They didn't. But I got this book. I'm obsessed with Stitch. Like, yeah, I'm obsessed with Stitch, and you'll probably see that in when I'm reorganizing everything, because I plan to do a video on that. But yeah, I couldn't pass up those sprayed edges. They also had another one that had red sprayed edges, and it was like the Hawaiian flower and Stitch heads, but I like this one better. It was cute. It's like a manga. This was $20. Do I plan to read it? No, but it'll be a good decoration. It does have 3 books in it, and I might read it at some point if I get like really bored one day or something. I just don't understand how to read like comic books, manga type of stuff. So we'll see. I'm gonna set them up here. You can't see them, but it's whatever. Okay, the next book I got from Walmart was Delicate Escape by Catherine Cowles. I really want to get into Catherine Cowles' books, because a lot of her books seem like they're really interesting and like my type of books. And I know this is the second book in the series, but Target or Walmart did not have the first book, and this book I would have waited to get at like Target or Amazon, but it was actually cheaper at Walmart. I actually went online and compared the prices while I was at Walmart, and it was actually cheaper. It was like $1 cheaper, I think, than it was on Amazon and Target. Or it might have been the same price as Amazon, but $1 cheaper than Target. And I thought just might as well get it while I'm there. So it's got the hot pink sprayed edges, so that's fun. I did later end up getting the first book, which we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, I really like this cover. Like it's so pretty. I like the sprayed edges too. Okay, then, which I think you will see in the vlog, I went to Books A Million and Target with my brother. I'll do my Target books first, which are these. Oh, I still need to take the stickers off these. Whoops. Okay. Here, we'll go ahead and do this one, since I really just did the second book of the series. This is Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. I'll get those stickers off. Okay. Anyway, it's got the blue edges, which I do like better than the pink, because personally I'm a blue girl. Hence. I didn't even mean to get all blue edges. It's like so funny. But yeah, I'm really excited about the series. I guess I can read the synopsis of it, because it makes more sense to read the first book back, the synopsis on the back of the first book, other than the synopsis on the back of the second one. So, okay. The scowl should have been my first clue to stay far away from Anson Hunt, the sexy smirk, and the fact that he's my brother's best friend. Reason 2 and 3. Not to mention, he's the new contractor working on my house. He's everything I'm not, grumpy, rude, and more than a little attached to his solitude. That rhymes. That's kind of funny. It doesn't matter how many times I try to kill him with kindness, the man simply won't crack until he sees me shatter. Because when my world comes crashing down around me, Anson is the one catching me as I fall. And as so-called accidents start plaguing every part of my life, it's Anson who steps in to keep me safe. As he does, I can't help but feel a flicker of heat, and it only takes a single moment for that spark to ignite into flames, engulfing us both. But Anson's a man with secrets, and they have a price. When they reveal, neither of us will make it out unscathed. It's apparently says like a suspenseful it's romantic suspense. So I'm really excited, and it's for their best friend. Love. It also has a blurb from Elsie Silver on here, and I loved the first. What was it? I think it's the first 3 books in the Chestnut Spring series. I have not read any other ones, but I have read the first 3. I need to finish that series, but I just haven't. Yeah, I'm very excited about this one. And they're such pretty covers, too. It's so pretty. I didn't even realize it said Sparrow Falls right there. Okay, I'm gonna just stick this over here. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. The next book I got was... I like mastered the stickers at this point, specifically Target ones. Oh, and my local bookstore. I've also if they stick and don't want to come off, I've also mastered how to get that off. I just use like alcohol, and if that doesn't work, I use acetone. But be careful using acetone, because if the acetone melts stuff, so if it's like plastic, it will melt. Anywho, Say It Forever by A.L. Jackson. I've never heard of this author, never heard of this book. I was just looking at books, and look how pretty these edges are. I saw the edges and I picked it up and I thought it was cute. You can't really see, but this one, it's a white flower up here and a black flower down here. The white one's kind of hard to see. There we go. Anywho, yeah. We'll read the blurb, or the black back of it. It's a close proximity single parent romance from New York Times bestselling author A.L. Jackson about a woman on the run and the man who will do anything to save her. Judd Lawson found her stranded in the rain, broken down in a deserted neighborhood by her piece of crap car. Salem wasn't looking for a hero, definitely not one who looks like him. An obscenely hot mountain of a man who screams danger. But she had little choice other than climbing onto the back of his bike. One look at Salem Aguilar and he was hooked. She was devastation wrapped in a black, seductive bow, a knockout, a dream. Turns out she needed a job. He needed the help. Now he has a vixen strutting around his shop, and he's itching to take what he can't have. Neither of them can ignore the burning attraction. The fire between them leads to a kiss and eventually into his bed. Now Judd is wanting the one thing a monster like him never thought he could have again. Only Salem has a secret too. She's been running for years and her past just caught up to them. So, yeah. I don't know if this is a dark romance. I haven't actually looked anything up about this book. Actually, any of these books, really. I mean, some of these ones I have, but like these ones I have not. I haven't looked anything up about them. All I know about the Fragile Escape and Dark Sanctuary, or Delicate Escape, Fragile Sanctuary, or what I've seen on like TikTok. This one I haven't seen anywhere. I didn't look it up or anything. I haven't. I might, but we'll see. It just sounds really interesting. It'd be the first time of me going, like... actually, that's not really true. Because some of the other books I, like, started reading were, like... When I first started reading, like, they were kind of blind because TikTok didn't have much information on them. But, yeah. This one I think might be a dark romance. Just because he calls himself a monster and she has like a secret past. I don't know. We will see. But yeah. Okay. And then the Last one I got from Target. So I wiped that down with some alcohol. Anywho, I got Always Mine, which is the first book in the Honey Mountain series. They also had the second book, which is not over there. Hold on. Evermine. Which I actually picked up first because I saw the edges. I picked up Evermine because I saw the edges, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the first book, or it's the second book." And where the heck is the first? Because the first one was like on the opposite side of the aisle. It was weird. Not the opposite side of the aisle, but like farther down the aisle. It was like in the middle of the aisle, and Evermine was at the beginning. And it was weird. And so I was like, okay. And I was so happy when I found this one. They also had ones that didn't have sprayed edges, but why would I get the ones without sprayed edges when I could get the ones with, you know, for the same price. Okay. Okay. Don't Miss the Best Friends to Lovers. It's by Lauren Pavlov. I'm gonna read the back. Don't miss this Best Friends to Lovers, which I don't usually enjoy Best Friends to Lovers. I did enjoy the cheat sheet by Sarah Adams. But I haven't really read any other Friends to Lovers. Well, except for Powerless by Elsie Silver. And it says, don't miss the Best Friends to Lovers Small Town Romance series taking book talk by storm. I actually have not seen this anywhere, so I guess I'm not on book talk as much anymore. By storm. Perfect for fans of Elsie Silver and Melanie Harlow. Now, again, love Elsie Silver, or at least love the first 3 books of Chestnut Springs. Melanie Harlow has some books that I really want to read too. And he fights fires for a living, but the flames burning between us may be too big to extinguish. Nico West is the most beautiful man I've ever laid eyes on. 6 feet 4 inches, bruised, chiseled Greek god in a firefighter suit. He's also my best friend since kindergarten. He always says this only solid thing in his life is our friendship. He's a Honey Mountain's favorite player, and I'm what you call a relationship girl. But when I find myself single for the first time in more than a decade, I make Nico an offer he cannot refuse. Who better to show me what I've been missing? But now we've crossed that line, I don't know if friendship is enough for me. So yeah. These are some great, beautiful sprayed edges. And it sounds really, really interesting. Love a good firefighter romance. I read one other firefighter romance. It was like our roommate's enemies-ish to lovers. That his dog hated her for some reason and then ended up loving her. It was weird. Not weird, but it was good. I liked it. But it was just like, I don't know, I really enjoyed it actually. It was like a later in life type thing. It's like, I think they were late 20s, early 30s maybe. He was a firefighter, she was a nurse. And they were roommates. They also had one other roommate, but that's besides the point. Anywho, now. One second. Okay. Let me move these. I'm just gonna slip these here. Now, I think it was on the same day. I had gone to Books A Million. And Books A Million has, like, the bargain section, that's what it's called. I was gonna say clearance, which I mean, I guess it is, but the bargain section. Oh my god, okay. And I got 3 books, which I had actually been looking at Book Outlet for a while, and these 3 books, or 2 of these books were in my cart, or were not in my cart, but were ones that I had been looking at on there. And the other one I hadn't seen on there, but I was very interested when I saw it. Okay. I think all of these were $59, like whatever the price is, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like $5, $6, something like that. Yeah, I got Stealing Home by Grace Riley. I do have the first 2 books in this series. I do need to get the 4th one, which is Wicked Serve. I have read First Down, which is the first book. And so, yeah. And this one, it has like the little black mark. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but there's like a cut right there. That's it. It looks like there's a here. I can show you. I taped it. Anyhow, and it's like perfect. You can't even tell it's really there. I mean, you can feel it when you run your hand across it, but like otherwise, you literally can't tell it's there. Hold on, let me open my phone so this text will stop popping up. Okay. And yeah. And so far, what I've read of this series, I do like. It has only been the first book though. But yeah, that's probably why it was in the bargain section, because I cut. Oh, and the black dot, obviously. I mean, most of the time they always have the black dots. But some don't, and I always look to see if they have a copy that does not. This was the only copy of this one though. And I didn't even notice the slit until I got home. Okay. And then the next book I got was Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Again, super popular on TikTok. Oh, wait. I mean, I guess I could read the back of this. I'm not reading the back of this because this is such tiny writing. It's a sports baseball romance. I should be focusing on my game, not on falling for my gorgeous, grumpy roommate, especially since she's already left me once. Okay, so I think this is second chance romance. I'm not entirely sure though. It sounds like it. So, yeah, I'm not gonna read that one because the writing is so tiny on the back, and I literally, my eyes cannot. Okay, and then I got Did I say who that was by? That was by Grace Riley, by the way. Sorry, my brain is like all over the place. Oh, also I'm planning to dye my hair again, so I might have purple hair soon. We'll see. I need to order the color though. I'm thinking about doing dark purple up here so that I don't have to dye my roots again. Because I'm thinking about trying to grow out my roots and do like natural hair. And I can just put the purple on top and it'll come out like super easily. Because it's semi-permanent hair dye. But I can do the dark purple and then into like a bright like violet magenta color. Hopefully. And I don't even have to take the red out because it's purple. Back on track, sorry. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Oh my god, why is it still there? Actually, I think that's just the... I don't know. This one was also like $5-6. And the reason it was... Actually, does this one look like that? This one does not. See, this is one of the ones that sound like that. Trying to think. Oh, this one had sticky stuff on it, like a sticker, like somebody tried to remove the sticker and it wouldn't come off type of stuff, like residue right here, literally underneath the sticker that they put there, which is kind of funny. Which it came off easily enough with some alcohol and a paper towel. Okay, Julie, if I ever caught on fire, Delia Munoz, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce names, would fan the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wisteria, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer, at least until my meddling mother exploits my savior complex. The faster I help Dahlia find her creative spark, the sooner she will leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Dahlia, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? Okay. Dahlia. I think that's how you say that name. I don't know. That's how I'm gonna say it. So, it makes sense. People say the devil has many faces, but I only know one. Julian Lopez, my childhood rival and family frenemy. I vowed to steer clear of him while recovering from my broken engagement, but then the billionaire makes an irresistible offer. Renovate a historic house together and triple our profits. Our temporary truce becomes compromised as we face years' worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. Giving into our desire is inevitable, but falling in love, that isn't part of the plan. So that sounds pretty interesting. So, yeah. I have not read any of Lauren Asher's books. I do think I'll probably read this after reading I don't actually know what it's called. The race car drivers. I have the first and second book over there, Collide and Throttled. Which I'll probably read that. Or I'll probably read those and then read this. I do need to get the rest of that series first, though. Well, not first before I read it, just before I read this book. Okay, then I got The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I kept seeing this one on Book Outlet. I'm sorry, my legs are falling asleep, so I'm like moving and stretching them. Okay. Public radio co-hosts navigate mixed signals in this sparking romantic comedy debut. Shay Goldenstein has been a producer at her Seattle public radio station for nearly a decade. She can't imagine working anywhere else, but lately it's been a constant clash between her and her newest colleague, Dominic Yoon, a fresh off a journalism master's program and convinced he knows everything about public radio. When the struggling station needs a new concept, Shay proposes a show that her boss greenlights with excitement. On the X Talk, two exes will deliver relationship advice live on the air. Their boss decides Shay and Dominic are the perfect co-hosts, given how much they already despise each other. Neither loves the idea of lying to listeners, but it's this or unemployment. Their audience gets invested fast, and it's not long before the X Talk becomes a must listen in Seattle and climbs podcast charts. As the show gets bigger, so does their deception, especially when Shay and Dominic start to fall for each other. In an industry that values truth, getting caught could mean the end of more than just their careers. So that seems pretty interesting to me. And I just kept seeing it, and I took that as a sign as you should get it, because, you know, I kept seeing it. This one does have a little dot. Okay, so next up, yesterday, me and my brother went to my local bookstore. First we went to, the library to print the label for some books that I sold on Pango. And I printed the label, I sent them off. We went to the post office, sent them off. And then we went to the Gottwalls, a local bookstore. And I don't know if there's other. I know there's a few locations in Georgia, which is where I live. But I don't think it's anywhere else. So, I mean, if you live in Georgia, you should go to it. It's got new and used books. So, but yeah, I have a few. I don't know, my throat made a weird noise just like. There's a few around me, or quite close to me, that I go to every once in a blue moon. Because they're not super, super close, but they're close enough. Anywho, I did not end up getting anything there. I could not find anything that I wanted, really. And so we went to Books A Million again. And I went to the used books, obviously. Because, I mean, that's a bargain. I mean, it literally is called Bargain Books. Okay. This is the first book that well, this is not the first book I picked up. This is actually the last book I picked up, I think. But look how cool it is. They also had one that had, that was a different, like, mythology book that had skulls on the pages. But it was $20, and I was not paying $20 for that. For something I'm not gonna read. But I probably won't read this either, but I just thought it was cool and I could put it as like a decoration. It was $12 or $13, so. Oh, in total, I spent $30 at the bookstore on this particular day, not including those up there. But yeah, I thought this one was cool. I'm gonna just set that there. Okay. It's just like a book of ghost stories, by the way. It's not anything fun. That I did that. I'm like, anywho, I don't know. Okay, the next book I got is The Ravens. These sorority girls are real witches. Only their sisterhood can save them. Oh, it's by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. Anyway, back to what I was saying. At first glance, the sisters of ultra-exclusive Kappa Rho Nu the Ravens seem like typical sorority girls. Ambitious, beautiful, and smart. They're most powerful girls on the Westerly College in college's Savannah, Georgia campus. But the Ravens aren't just regular sorority girls, they're witches. Scarlet Winter has always known she's a witch, and she's determined to be the sorority's president, just like her mother and sister before her. But if a painful secret from her past ever comes to light, she could lose absolutely everything. Vivi Devereaux, I have not a clue how to pronounce this, so I'm just gonna go Devereaux, has no idea she's a witch, and she's never lived in one place long enough to make a friend. So when she gets a coveted bid to pledge the Ravens, she vows to do whatever it takes to be part of the magical sisterhood. The only thing standing in her way is Scarlet, who doesn't think Vivi is Raven's material. But when a wicked power rises on campus, the girls will have to put their rivalry aside to save their fellow sisters. Someone has discovered the Raven's secret, and that someone will do anything to see the witches burn. Now, this is part of a series. The second one is the Monarchs, which I feel like might be like, it could either be a continuation of this story or it'll be a separate sorority, maybe. I think it'd be interesting if it was a separate sorority. Also, this one again was, actually I have pictures on my phone. I took pictures of the prices because I knew I wasn't gonna remember them, and I had taken the stickers off. Okay, this one was only $3.97, so this one's probably the cheapest book I bought. But yeah, next book I bought was Broken Night by L.J. Shen. It is the second book in the All Saints series, but I still got it anyway, even though I did not have the first one. This one was $5.97. Which I think all of these were too. These ones, I think these were all $5.97 too, because that's like the average price. I feel like. Yeah. Not all love stories. Oh, what is that? Okay. Not all love stories are written the same way. Theirs has torn chapters, missing paragraphs, and a bittersweet ending. Luna Rexroth is everyone's favorite wallflower. Sweet, caring, charitable, quiet. But it's not real. Underneath the meek tomboy exterior is a girl who knows exactly what and who she wants. Namely, the boy from the treehouse who taught her how to cuss in sign language, who taught her to laugh and to love, shielding her from the world when her mother abandoned her. Except Luna is not the young, defenseless girl she used to be, and she doesn't need his protection anymore. Night Cole is everyone's favorite football hero. Gorgeous, athletic, rugged, popular. But that's not real either. Beneath the daredevil, hell-raising mask, he's fighting his own silent battles, and while it might seem like he could knock a girl up with his gaze alone, he's only ever had eyes for the girl across the street, Luna. When life throws a curveball and at All Saints Golden Boy, he's forced to realize not all knights are heroes. And sometimes the only way love can flourish is if two people learn to grow apart before they can grow back together. But by the time they both learn that lesson, their forever might be too broken to repair. Which, that sounds interesting. I do plan to get the first and the third book in the series. I'm gonna get the first one off eBay and the second one off the Book Outlet because they had it on there. And the fourth book just didn't sound like it appealed to what I like in books. So I may or may not get that later down the road or something. And this one is in perfect condition. Nothing. I haven't found anything wrong with it, so I have no idea why that one was in there, but who knows. Okay, and the last and final book for this video. It definitely won't be the last freaking haul. Sorry, can't think. All My Kisses for You by Monica Murphy. Now, I have not read the original Lancaster Prep series, so I think you can read this as a standalone, which I probably will do because I just don't really want to read the Lancaster Prep series. It just I saw it and it sounded interesting, and I knew Monica Murphy was popular on TikTok. Everyone loves Willow Lancaster. She's perfect. She's perfect student, perfect style, perfect smile. But when she returns to her beloved Lancaster Prep for a year abroad, everything has changed. Her supposed best friend, dating Willow's longtime crush, the girls who worshipped her and wanted to be her, onto the new cliques. She's old news. And then there's him, the new man on campus. Rhett Bennett is gorgeous, charming, and 100% knows it. He's also the star quarterback and a player in every possible way. Let's just say the masses are obsessed. Willow has always been the good girl, the one who behaves. She shouldn't want him, and yet one taste of his kiss, and Willow is wondering if it's time she changed too. Maybe Little Miss Perfect should be bad, just for him. So, that sounds interesting. I was like, so, yeah. Again, this one was also $5.97, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do not know what my posting schedule is. This will probably be posted, I don't know, maybe by Saturday. I'm not sure. Do not quote me on that.